The Dubai Diamond Conference 2015 was a major success, and that for several reasons. We had, of course, the presence of all these African diamond producing countries, from the large mining companies, De Beers, Alrosa, Indiama, Ambada. The former EU President, Herman Van Rompuy, was our honored guest and did the opening speech. But apart from that, we decided to change the format of the conference. And instead of going with speeches and contributions and PowerPoint presentations, we wanted an interactive model, a model with panels. And we had 5 panels. A panel on ethics, on synthetics, on Africa First, on diamond finance and liquidity in the business. We hope you enjoy it.
Do we have enough rules? Do we know how to be ethical? Yes, we do. Does everyone in the diamond industry adheres to the rules? As I said yesterday in my speech, I think the majority does. Our problem is that not everybody does, and that they are ruining and tarnishing the image of a good industry by a few companies, people who do not follow the rules.
One cannot run away from the fact that there have been problems of perception with regards to the way the diamond industry operated, the unfortunate debate we had in the 2000 about conflict diamond, but the truth is that we've moved beyond that. When it comes to whistleblowing and pointing fingers and finding fault where there is, oftentimes, I think we're very good at that.
If today we go to Google, which we actually do every 5 minutes, and we put in the word diamonds, we basically are confronted, I think, with 85% of negative news.
The picture is fantastically black, but I think that is something to do with the nature of activism, NGOs, and indeed the internet and generally news in general. You know, good news, positive news doesn't sell, it doesn't grab people's interest.
On the net, there's this bulk of bad press on diamonds. And if I may, I relate it to about 40 reports which your organizations, the NGOs, have written over the past 14 years on the business in Africa.
It's going in the right direction, but you've got to remember, these are generational changes. These things will not happen overnight. The fact that there are a substantial number of industry initiatives looking at artisanal miners, looking at ethical jewellery, the platform's there.
We are trying very hard. I think we are doing enough, but it also comes to the ethics if the diamond people will follow the rules, if they are compliant and transparent.
You are the branding experts of the world. You should be branding yourself a hell of a lot better, and it's easy to do.
There is a scandal a year of one kind or another. Not necessarily conflict diamonds, not necessarily terrorist financing, but banking issues, offshore bank accounts, the big HSBC investigation, the synthetic scandal of a couple of years ago when undisclosed synthetics were on the market. So there's a constant flow of negative issues, quite big ones, which are generated by industry practice. So it's not simply a matter of newspaper perception and reporting bad news, although newspapers do report bad news on the whole. There are also issues within the industry and how it operates.
The communities as well are raising questions around ethics in terms of conflicts, in terms of human rights violations, in terms of the labor standards at the mine, in terms of issues to do with relocation of communities, in terms of pollution of rivers or the environment. Those are critical issues that the diamond industry, in terms of ethics, has to critically look at. In terms of conflict diamonds, Central African Republic, Venezuela, I think what we have to take note of is the changing nature of conflict.
This is the need to engage. It's not good enough to just criticize. You must always leave channels for communication and engagement. We must be willing to give credit where it's due and to embrace the industry and try and work together much more positively going forward.
Basically, what you say is, I expect from civil society, from NGOs, to do more than just criticize, to shoot from the hip, but to engage in a more active way, solution forward.
There's need for the three arms to try and collaborate where possible and share common views and common messages around improving the diamond sector. So for me, it is important as well to collaborate where possible, but the independence of civil society should be maintained.
Allow me